Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to a Friday night at the Pajama Party. No phone calls, please. We're doing a pre-recorded show, so we will not be here. But no phone calls.
How you doing tonight?
This is the best of the. Anyway.
This is the best of the best.
This is the best of the Pajama Party, so no phone calls.
Oh, okay.
Let me just say that before I get slapped.
And who are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
And who are you?
Oh, I'm I am Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
I had a brain fart.
Having amnesia? What's up?
I just was so excited.
What, to get some Popeyes or what?
Yeah.
Get that chicken sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
I know that's right. You think they're going to bring it back? Of course. And I agree with Papa. They're gonna hike it up.
Hike up, lower it down.
You have to get it as a combo now. Maybe $10.
Oh yeah,
make them the size of sliders.
Yeah, they're gonna make $10.
And say if you want to pay $4, it's gonna be a slider. Yeah, that's what you're gonna get.
You're not gonna be able to take $3.99 and feed your children anymore.
Not gonna get that big rascal. Nope. All right. Well, shall we get into it?
Run down.
Might as well. Well, we got a lot going on. All right, run it down for us. You've been busy. All right. Now, hot topics tonight. House passed a short-term funding bill to avert government shutdown. Again? We had that again? Okay. It never ends. All right. This was interesting. Trump sues New York prosecutors to block release of tax returns. And new video services showing Trudeau in blackface. He's French. Oh, that's the Canadian guy, right? Yes, the Canadian Prime Minister. Okay. Hidden and quitted headlines. White supremacist threats led black candidate to drop out of race. Also, Baltimore restaurant group under fire for racist dress code. And Antonio Brown dropped by Nike amid sexual assault lawsuit. What's popping with Poppa DD? Our weird news tonight. Suspended judge pleads in underwear theft case. Also, pigeon poops on lawmaker discussing pigeon poop problem. Okay, I have to have that one, huh? And also, stinky shoppers unoffended after Mississippi store bans them. I'm just saying with Redwine. Also, living for the city with Poppa DD. My Hollywood wrap-up. I'm talking about Kevin Hart and more. Cocktail of the week, the Forbidden Sour. Our kissing list and the last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we're going to keep it moving. Yeah, gonna get into these hot topics. Okay. All right. What you got for us tonight, Kel? Oh boy, see, I got the house stuff here. The government shutdown. Oh, we at this point again.
Like putting money in the meter.
And they don't never end. They don't give you nothing for that. They give you 8 minutes for the meter. Anyway, the House of Representatives on Thursday passed a bill to temporarily extend funding for the government and avert a shutdown at the end of the month. Oh, end of the month. The bill approved 301 to 123 will extend funding at current levels with limited exceptions through November 21st. Wait a minute. You said it was a bill. What were the numbers? 301 to what? To 123. So 123 people voted against it. I guess so. What is wrong with these people? I don't understand. You're right. That's a lot. And this is just before the holiday break.
I don't think their paycheck is connected to.
Oh, sure. Of course not. So potentially setting up an end of the year showdown over government spending that could drag into the holiday season. Doesn't surprise me.
Wow.
Congressional leaders had hoped to complete negotiations earlier this week, but several sticking points arose, including the Commodity Credit Corporation, the fund Trump has used to distribute billions of dollars in bailouts to farmers suffering from the effects of the trade war with China. So it goes on to say, for now, there is optimism on Capitol Hill that a shutdown can be averted, but as lawmakers work on the appropriations process ahead of the end of the fiscal year of September 30th, tensions between Democrats and Republicans are spilling out into the open. Nothing new. Oh,
wow.
That's crazy. So they passed a bill for it to go until November 21st, and then they have to pass another bill after that.
Of this year?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
I know,
it's like
yeah.
telling somebody, I'm not going to give you a whole loaf of bread, but I'm going to give you 2 slices.
No, if I tell
And when you
somebody-
finish that, come back, and I'll let you know if I'll give you 2 more slices.
If I tell somebody I got to go put some quarters in the meter, I'll be back in a minute.
So apparently they're disputing over what this time, but the last time they disputed over the wall thing, the partial.
Well, I think that's probably still part of the issue, because they're still trying to come up with the money for that. Which, by the way, who was supposed to pay for it originally, according to 45?
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico, right.
He said Mexico's paying for it. So why is the government or Congress trying to figure out how we are going to pay for the wall? Liar, liar, pants on fire. Just saying.
We are. They've diverted a bunch of money, so it's crazy. And I knew, like you said earlier, he was going to be paying them farmers. I knew that. This close to the election, he's going to be taking care of everybody, especially the Yahoo farmers.
Yeah, we'll see.
What's the difference?
You know, the ones that are in the rural areas and that he got their vote.
I guess it must be a weird state most of them farmers are.
I grew some tomatoes last year, so I should be getting checked myself.
Right, you can try. See what's going to happen.
So, yeah, why not?
That should be interesting. But we have to...
I just wonder how long are they going to keep piecemealing the government's budget? And the thing is that there are certain agencies that are never affected by this, and those are the ones that have to do with defense, ICE, Homeland Security. All of those agencies are not affected by this. Their funding is okay.
But do these people ever get paid?
Well, I mean, their budget is intact, so they're getting paid without...
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that it's affecting. You know,
eventually, yeah. After the shutdown, the government employees did get their back money. So, in a sense, it just seems so silly. It's like if you're going to possibly shut down and have people going through all these changes, folk having to not pay their bills, borrow money just to stay afloat, only to end up giving them their back pay once they get the budget straight anyway, you might as well have just let the government stay open, pass the budget, and let people just, let the government continue to work uninterrupted.
I just don't understand that. Why you have to pass a bill every time they continue it on? Are you allocating or using those funds for something else?
I don't know.
Why?
I just know that Congress has to approve the budget for the federal government, the operational budget. So every year, when it's time for them to, renew the budget, they have to do this dance every time. Because the government has been under a continuing resolution for quite a while. They just keep approving a couple of months at a time, which is what a continuing resolution is. And then they'll say, okay, we'll put enough money in the pot to cover another couple of months while we still argue over whatever the issues are. And then they'll go ahead and throw another couple of months worth of money in. And this mess sometimes it goes on for almost a whole year. But they just don't talk about it as much.
Right.
So a lot of times people just aren't as aware, but that's what happens.
Just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. It's an ineffective way to run a government, but who are we? We just live here, right?
I don't want any other government to run like that.
I don't know.
Yep, I just don't understand. I guess we'll keep an eye on it. I guess by November 21st, we'll see if it's going to be continuing or what. You know, I don't know. This is crazy.
All right, we'll move on.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the home base. When it comes to your taxes, all that has to do with where you live, current live, real address, whole nine. So Trump is suing New York prosecutors to block the release of his tax return. So New York meaning, Trump, where he lives, main address, not Pennsylvania Avenue. That's a temporary address for everybody. 8 years max. You got to put in and change your address at the post office. Anyway, Trump filed a lawsuit on Thursday against Manhattan District Attorney Cypress Vance Jr. and Mazar USA. The president's longtime accounting firm in an attempt to prevent his tax returns from being released. All right. Vance's office issued a subpoena to the guy's name is Mazar, which is the law firm, in late August, demanding 8 years of Trump's personal and corporate tax returns. All right?
8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The New York Times reported earlier this week that it was 8 years total. Okay, the order in part of state prosecutors' investigation into whether the Trump organization illegally reported a hush money reimbursement as a business expense.
You know they did.
All right. While Trump has made various promises about releasing his tax returns, including the apparent lie that he was under audit and could not release them while he's still under audit. We under audit for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You had to hear him tell.
He has so far refused to make them public, breaking, allowing decades and decades of his taxes to go unknown. Okay. This isn't the first time he's sued to prevent them from seeing the light of day. Back in July, he filed against the House Democrats after the Ways and Means Committee demanded 6 years' worth of tax returns. So, the thing that gets me is that when you have so much money like Trump does, he puts his name on different things, and the headlines reads his name, but he has people working for him like a machine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think I'm sure that he does the verbal or the verbiage for the tweets, but I know he's not typing them. And people think, oh yeah, misspelled words and all that could be a setup, that could be a plot.
Or it could be
the person could be doing it that's making the mistakes purposely, just so they could throw a little ignorance on him so he can still keep his level, because he's mostly talking to ignorant people. Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't you have a few misspelled words so you could be part of the community? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You gotta understand, when you're talking to the yahoos, you need to talk like the yahoos. You know what I mean?
Or it could be him.
Well, Redwine, you're dead set on that. You think he's sitting in his bed with his Brooks Brothers pajamas on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On Twitter, late at night, early in the morning. Yeah.
I think he's on the phone dictating to this little young guy that works for him. Joe, wake up, Joe, wake up. Look, put down there. He's a dictator.
I think it's him. Because I think he gets off on it, but that's just what I think.
I just cannot see Trump in front of a computer or with a little thing in his hand.
That's what he okay.
You think he's
we got to be the fly on the wall.
He's in his 70s. You think he's
Mm-hmm. He loves it. He lives for it. He likes to antagonize people, all that name calling and stuff. Well, maybe it all adds up.
Maybe his wife is doing it for him.
I think he spends most of his
I don't think she's doing anything for him.
I think he spends most of his evening wrapping his hair more than a woman does, because it goes in 5 different directions.
Oh,
it goes down, it goes
back. No,
back,
if anything, he's probably tanning it.
Yeah.
What was that comment he made recently about why he looks orange?
He said everybody looks orange to him.
He said something makes him
but why
look
is it that when we look at everybody else, he's the only one that looks orange?
No, he was saying he brought something from somebody that made him look orange or something.
Oh, please. He's been looking orange for years.
You know it's a tan. He's probably got tan and everything in there.
Anyway, so I'm sure he's spending big bucks to his lawyers to stop this here, and he knows people probably at the New York tax area in the courthouse. Mm-hmm. You know, one thing I found out about a Trump supporter, mm-hmm. they run very close to to the religion and knocks on your door faithfully. I ain't gonna say no names to disrespect nobody. But the loyalty is off the chain. You know? It's off the chain. And you can't deny it. I mean, I know people, I work with people that are, you know, when they're Stone Cold Trump supporters, you can't say nothing. You can't do or say nothing. Right. And they're like, they dare you to say something. They dare you. They'll mention it one time, let it be known, and they don't say nothing else. And nobody goes near them. Like they're a cactus plant in the desert. Nobody touches them. I'm telling you, it's amazing. He got them. He got them by the kahunas.
Yeah, I think you're right about that one.
You know, he should be an evangelist. Put some of these big preachers in competition.
Well,
because he's got a following.
I ain't touching that one, but I will say they are some dedicated, die-hard folks.
Die-hard, man.
I guess it was
don't talk about
President Obama. Same way, so I guess they have their right, I guess. But he's just a
well, I think Obama was basically a loyalty and, you know, a newness, first black and all that, so it became like a strength and power thing. These jokers here, that's just the privilege on overdrive. White privilege at its finest hour. So.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing people as willing to give Obama a pass for every kind of mistake. You know, folk would call him out. If they were like, nah, that wasn't right, I didn't like this.
Yeah, but he kept his culture, though. If he made a mistake, it may have been something he may have did or signed. I didn't particularly like when he did all that buyout stuff. Because I've still seen car dealers closing up, people still losing their job, and he paid all these. Because dealers, in my opinion, are just businesses that belong to people. And they went belly up. Chevy was a business. So, and he paid all his money to these people then they just ran. They ran. They took all their money and ran.
But I do not recall in Obama's administration where he had people who had to constantly tell the public what he meant. Because he was saying crazy stuff that was easily confused, misconstrued, misinterpreted. No. I don't recall any of that kind of stuff. And that's not because I was a diehard fan. I just took him at his word.
He spoke well.
He was a good communicator. So you didn't have to have anybody come behind him and say, well, what he really meant, what he was trying to say was, you didn't have all that. He was a straight shooter. He said what he meant. Either you disliked it or you did, or, you know, you got with it or you didn't get with it. But at least you understood it.
And it was just Michelle and the kids. It wasn't 3 baby mamas, 4 kids, you know. Mahler Maple.
Yeah, you know, you just didn't have that level of personal drama going on. But I just meant in terms of his policies and all.
But you can't go in hard with something on somebody, a birth certificate and all that, and nobody come back on you with something. Because, you know, per reaction, the equal and opposite reaction. When he got in there, you know, if Barack was that way, he could have rode Trump for all kinds of stuff while he was president. Because when you're president, you're vulnerable. You know, you actually stand alone. You're at the top of that pedestal. And people can throw darts at you all day. But they did it to Barack. Whew, thank goodness. But he held off.
Yeah, he did.
But, at least we saw him in our lifetime.
Well,
for sure.
Well, I got one for you. This is a follow-up out of Charlottesville. Those crazy white supremacists, they at it again. This was an attack on a black person who was running for some local office. He had already gotten his campaign signs printed. He had his launch party scheduled, getting ready to announce his candidacy and everything, getting ready to join the race for Charlottesville City Council. He had just sent out a news release announcing his intention to run the night before, and then 24 hours later, the campaign was over because he got up in front of his supporters and let people know that he was not going to run after all. He was canceling his campaign. So when people tried to investigate to find out, because federal prosecutors got involved, they said the root of it was a white supremacist had sent him a slew of violent threats the night he announced his candidacy. They came for him. All he was doing was running for city council. And before his candidacy even got off the ground, he shut it down for fear of his life, his family, etc. He just said, you know what? It's not even worth all this. I wanted to do something good for the community, but not at this price. So they arrested, and we're going to hit this Bama on the kiss it list, Daniel McMahon. And this dude is from Brandon, Florida. He was arrested Wednesday and charged with bias-motivated interference. That's what they call it. Bias-motivated interference with a candidate for elective office and accused of cyber-stalking and threatening the candidate to the point where he dropped out of the race. Now, they don't give the person's name. He was only identified, the candidate, only identified as DG. I guess he said, look, just leave me alone. Keep my name out of everything. I'm done.
Some people, they think about Medgar Evers and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and people that was assassinated, and they don't want that cold bullet going through them.
Yeah. He just said he just wasn't going through all of that.
These yahoos are crazy, man.
They're crazy.
And this is on the heels of the girl getting killed in Charlotte by the car that rammed into her, and you still acting out. Right.
And this guy McMahon, who's 31, young guy, making all these threats.
The guy that killed the woman in Charlotte was younger than him.
Yep, he was. But this guy McMahon was 31. They're saying allegedly, but he did it. Allegedly threatened the candidate with violence because he was a black man campaigning for office, causing him to fear death and serious bodily injury if he were to go forward with his candidacy.
Yeah.
So as alleged in the indictment, the defendant was motivated by a racial animosity and used his social media accounts to threaten and intimidate a potential candidate for elective office. And that's what the U.S. Attorney Thomas Cullen of the Western District of Virginia said. Now, this is in Virginia. This dude is from Florida. Why are you meddling up in Virginia? I mean, maybe he lives in Virginia, but he's from Florida. I don't know, but he's from Florida.
Don't even worry about it.
This stuff is crazy.
Maybe got nothing to do with it. They're on a Trump mission. As long as Trump is in office, people can get there what you call marching orders.
Yeah.
Is it a whole group, or was just that one?
Well, it was just him who was doing it. Now, whether he had other people he was working with, he's the one going down for it.
And the sad part
and of course,
about
this guy, let me just say this guy, McMahon's attorney, says that his client categorically denies all of these allegations, even though McMahon frequently promoted beliefs on the Internet that white people are superior to members of all other ethnic, racial, and religious groups. But he categorically denies all of these charges. I'm like, dude.
What is white? I mean, I don't understand.
Exactly.
I don't think they know what white is, and there's nothing pure about white.
Like, what makes you think because of your complexion, because of the lack of melanin in your body, that it makes you superior to anybody?
It's one of the most easiest colors in the world to tarnish. When you dress up to go to a white party, how long does it take for that outfit to get dirty?
Probably 5 minutes.
5 minutes. By the time you get out the car, oh my God.
Drop something.
Yeah.
Yeah, tarnishing white is very easy.
And you notice that with, I think the reason why so many of them are so fearful is because that the Caucasian people, race, or whatever they're called, Caucasians, when you mix them with any other group of people, their DNA gets diminished. Because melanin is going to take over. Melanin is going to prevail. So for them to keep claiming all this superiority, where is all this superiority? You take Indian with a white person, that child is not going to come out in most cases looking Caucasian. Hispanic and white, most times, they're not going to look Caucasian.
The brown people, that's a dominant race.
It is. Because melanin is more dominant than the lack of melanin. That's just like a dark room. If you turn on a light in a dark room,
it's more darkness than light.
Right. Darkness will overtake, and then, of course, light can overtake dark in that respect. But when you start mixing like paint, you can take a couple of drops of black paint and put it in white, and what happens?
It's going to be gray.
It's going to turn gray.
That's all melanin is if you look
exactly. And the more drops you add, the more it changes color, but the less white it is. So
That's
people need to just stop tripping over this stuff. People are people.
Right.
It doesn't matter what shade you are.
Right.
But for them to claim superiority over racial, ethnic, and religious groups? How does that get in the mix?
But if you use the drop paint analysis, the darker one is the dominant one.
It doesn't matter.
You know.
If you go to Home Depot and you want to get a color for your paint, they start off with the white paint.
Sure.
But they only squirt a few drops in there. Street, based on, the logistics of the chemical and how much you need, whatever blotch
color
you need.
You want.
Give me dark blue. They'll drop, for dark blue, maybe 8 drops or something like that, But it's just, because that little machine, all the colors, that stuff is so concentrated. But, yeah, that's very interesting. Well, moving right along, not to, put that too much aside, that's very important. But going forward with Antonio Brown, let's get back to this gentleman here.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I just think that we need to understand, first of all, how important making a living is. And what makes you think that your talent sometimes can allow you to show your butt that easy or that much. And I think a lot of people got tired of the, and it was black on black crime first. That was the first violation, in my opinion, the way he disrespected his original black coach, Tomlin.
Which
from
what?
From the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, okay.
When he was there, completely dogged the black coach. Then all of a sudden you go to the Raiders. Now the Raiders is a team who already has their, the Raiders. They got their gold and black and all their costumes and all. This is an established franchise. They've been around since John Madden.
The Raiders? Oh, yeah,
the Raiders.
Yeah. Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
When John Madden
Silver
was the
and
coach.
black, aren't they?
Silver and black, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
When John Madden was the coach and they won the Super Bowl and all that stuff, the Raiders, and you're going to go to somebody's family business, like any other ownership, and you show your butt over there, distracting a multi-billion-dollar company. And you get all this attention. And that's what the owners thought there. That's why the general manager said, look, I need my job, brother. You know what I mean? I just bought a big house, me and my wife and kids, and, hey, I need my job. We're going to let this boy go. But then you got the Patriots who say, hey, we'll take anybody. We'll straighten them out. You ain't going to come down here. Because now you're taking them way up there in the New England area where the atmosphere is totally different. The wind blows a whole different way up there. Because as you go up there more and more, it gets whiter and whiter. Whiter and whiter. And by the time you land, when they send a private plane for him from Oakland to New England when he signed over. When he got off that plane, got in that airport, got in the back of that limousine, and started riding, he looked out that window and said, damn, this is white, for real, okay? And I think that's the way it humbled, what's the name too, Randy Moss. Randy Moss went to the New England Patriots for a couple of years. Humbled him too because they surround them. Then you got Belichick. Belichick, who is a no-nonsense coach.
He is the Grouch.
He's setting his way.
The Grinch. He's the Grinch.
But but anyway, getting back to the main story today, just to reiterate some people that stepped up completely. All right, the New England Patriots receiver Antonio Brown is no longer sponsored or affiliated in any way with Nike. Okay, now you lost the check.
Shoot. You
lost a check. How many tennis players are wearing Nike when you see the U.S. Open? How many golf players wear Nike? Nike got money. Nike's got like 150 athletes. They just throw money at like that.
They just I don't mean to interrupt you, but some commercial just won an Emmy. What's the name? Kaepernick.
Oh,
did it?
Yeah, that was Nike.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you're right. They got money out the yang.
And the spokesman, whose name was Josh Benichek, said Antonio Brown is not a Nike athlete. The Nike spokesman said in an email, the company does not embrace any of the decisions that he made, any of the transgressions that he made with different teams, any of the arguments, frustrations, or civil situations that he's going through now, sexual accusations that he's going through, will allow them now to hold him as any kind of representative for Nike.
Oh, well.
Crazy, isn't it? Now, here you are, just a young black man, and you done shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah. Yep, that's one paycheck gone.
I say to all the young brothers of the world with talent,
So let me ask you a question, Papa. Do you think that he should be benched, or do you think he should continue to play in the game?
Well, see, what he doesn't realize, I mean, he could play. That's the discretion of the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
But what's going to happen? He doesn't realize that the Patriots are only going to keep him for 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're going to cut him.
Oh,
but that was his contract, was just 1 year, right?
Just 1 year, right? But they didn't. That's why they didn't extend it. Because right now they got him for a purpose.
Right. Yeah.
To win the Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
If they win the Super Bowl, he'll be gone.
Right.
If they don't win the Super Bowl, he'll be gone.
Either way, he's gonna be gone.
Because they know that they got all kind of other options coming up, all kind of things going on. Right now he's a flavor of the month. What he's gonna do is he's gonna put butts in the seat.
I guess.
So he's gonna pay for that money with.
So people either coming to see him do well or fail.
They'll buy the jersey.
But either way, they're coming.
They'll buy the jersey. They'll buy the whatever, the headband, whatever he's projecting. They'll make an image of it.
Uh-huh.
If he's got a headband hanging off his arm that says Patriots,
the women might not buy it now. All these accusations.
Right now he's and then the girl, she's suing for money. They offered her $2 million. She wants more, but she's going to eventually take it because she said, "You getting $15 million this year, bro? You gonna give me $2?
Right?
Really? $2? You need to change my life."
Now, which one? The first one or the second one you're referring to? Because there's two of them now.
Oh, really? No, I'm talking about the first one, the one that went to school with him.
Yeah, it was all about money with her because she was talking about going into business with him and he wasn't interested. But there's a second woman that he, I don't know, I forgot how he met, but she's an artist and she came over to do a mural in his home. And she was there doing the mural and she was stooped down. Next thing she know, he was butterball naked. It's like, okay.
Well, he's not the most attractive brother.
So I guess you think women asked him, huh?
Man,
some of these athletes really do think that all the women want them because of who they are,
right?
Not necessarily what they look like.
A lot of them was not blessed with any kind of beauty, and the money makes them look good. But if he was just a regular guy on the street, I mean, look at him. Look at the hairstyles. Look at his whole disposition. He's short. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things. I'm just speaking hypothetically.
I guess he just do that he do a lot of stuff to make up, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta compensate.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
Well.
But we're gonna keep abreast on those two women making those accusations and everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see what the turnout's gonna be. Are they gonna keep them, or are they gonna bench them, or let them play?
I was thinking about your question. On the one hand, I feel like until he's been proven guilty, according to the way the Constitution, that you have the right or whatever, but until you're proven guilty. What is the statement? You're innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
So as long as he is innocent until proven guilty, then I think he should be allowed to earn his living. But if he is proven guilty, I think they should immediately suspend him, and I don't think he should get the money that's left on his contract. I think whatever time period it is within that year, I wouldn't give him that money. But now, I don't know if you can do that legally once you sign that contract.
I don't think so. Am I right, Papa? I think because you're buying to that contract. If you say you're gonna pay me $15 million for that whole year, and you might be giving me a bonus,
as long as you're there,
or something as long as you're there.
You're there. But
what will happen is if they decide to release him, then he had to pay the rest of his contract.
It's not going to trial though.
So
believe me,
it's not.
I'm just saying ethically, I would not want him on my team.
Right. With Kraft and Roger
Goodell, you gotta pay.
They're gonna put their heads together and they're gonna get rid of the first one, and the second one, it's probably the same thing.
Yeah, he gonna pay him. I'd pay him off and get rid of him. To be honest with you, but there ain't no telling how many else is out there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you know how these things go. Once you get one, then there's 2, then there's 4, then there's 10.
Especially when Gloria Aldridge gets a hold of it.
Oh, God. She's going to bring him out the woodwork, right?
If she gets involved, it will be some more.
She round up all 18 of Tiger Woods' women.
But I hate to say it, but I think that was kind of the demise of, what's the name? The ball player, something? Terrell Owens.
Oh.
It was just too much controversy on him. And
because he was an excellent player.
Yeah.
But he just had too much drama and baggage.
That's what it was.
And and I tell you, I'll talk about that too in his what's Poppin statement. and this is very true. And everybody who's been in the job market knows that when you have a couple employees that you're butting heads with every day, it's a long day. Because, I think there's nothing more beautiful in the world than going to work and working in an environment where there's camaraderie amongst people. And that's what everybody just being who they are for that moment on the job. But when people bring their personal business or their personal business reflects their behavior in the job market, because see, the sad thing about the job market that restricts you or ties your hands is the job's policies.
Right.
You as the good person are looking at the policies. Now the person who's the bully or the hothead could care less, especially if they're quote unquote female. We'll go there, waka waka waka, with the air quotes. Now, when I say female, I'm saying the fact that, and I'm not trying to start no cat fighting here, but all I'm saying is that, if a female is going up against a male, only because she's pissed off at things going on in her life, and now the male may know more than she knows and gets paid more than she does because she's new, let's say, but she's coming there like a bull in a china shop, and she wants to learn everything quick and feel like, y'all in my way. I'm not trying to learn the way y'all know it. I want to do it the way I want to do it because I think y'all ain't doing it right. I could do it better. How come I can't get in there and do it better? But people have to understand, HR has to understand, when you send people down to the field, down to the floor, you know what I mean? Whether it be a sales floor in retail or an office or the post office or anywhere, when you send that person down to there, you don't see them anymore in HR. You know what I mean? Now they're down here with the people that have been there 10, 15, 20 years.
But I don't see what gender has to do with that.
Hey, man, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. But don't discount the situation. Don't let the gender...
I'm just saying, you can have anybody can behave that way.
Okay, we'll leave the tablecloth on the table. We won't pull it from underneath with the dishes on. Let's take gender out of the equation, okay?
Okay.
All right, now, but that's not changing what it is. In most cases, the gender aspect is what makes it stronger, When it's two females, it tends to be a cat fight that could be settled based on some kind of common interest, But sometimes if you have male, female, and then racial put on top of there, you know what I mean? Layers of different differences will make a difference. Because I've seen it. I've seen two ladies that aren't getting along, and I walk in there and they getting along. But if it's me now with a white woman I'm not getting along with, chances are we haven't gotten past the racial aspect yet, let alone you run the hurdle race and the relays, boom, boom, to get to the finish line. So sometimes the hurdles based on other entities makes it hard to jump those hurdles as opposed to just two. And when I say females, I'm not talking about typical females or just gender, period. I'm just saying the fact that sometimes there's other layers of things that's put in place, black men and things like that, how that person feels. If that white woman really hates black men deep down inside, then if they're not getting along because of how the shirts are being folded on the retail floor, then that's deeply rooted more than that button-down shirt that brother folded wrong as far as she's concerned. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying is that it's very interesting. So getting back to what I'm saying, just in closing, is that having a peaceful work environment to go to every day is worth its weight in gold. When you can go to your coworker and say, man, what are we going to do for lunch today? And you're laughing and joking, both of y'all are working, you may be over here, building a display case, and this person's over here building a little thing, folding clothes that go in that display case. Then y'all put together and y'all slap hands, and all of a sudden now it's 20 after 11, and y'all going down to the joint ski. You got your little haul for your breath, have a little liquid lunch or whatever the case may be, laughing and joking and do your thing, come back.
Okay.
But if you hating this person, and you're building this thing, you're saying, well, now you need to make that shelf need to be lower. And like I said, you need to take the gender aspect out of it.
Yeah, like I'm saying, it ain't a gender
all I'm saying
thing.
is that
that's a personality.
We just have to, in the job market, we have to get along. It makes your day so much better, so much easier, so much everything.
All right.
You know, but I'll leave that alone because Redwine about to bite my head off. So.
But let me just add to that story that I read a little bit about the first woman, the one who was a trainer. She claimed that she was raped 3 times. 3 times.
Yeah, that's a Mike Tyson thing. Went to the room.
3 times.
3 times? 3 times the charm. My thing is, if you were raped 3 times, why you kept going back? Apparently, I had a relationship. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, that doesn't.
But he must have forced himself on her numerous times. But why are you going to continue to be with that man if that's how they're going to treat you? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But I think here's the deal on the whole deal. I think at one time they talked very personal. I think she knows how much money is in the Swiss bank account. You know what I mean?
It doesn't surprise me.
I think she knows that he got $25 million over it because he's been making millions for years.
Right.
How long has he been with the Steelers?
Oh gosh, it's been a while. 8 years.
This man was making like $10 million, $12 million a year. Right. So if she know they talking, girl, shoot, here, let me show you mine. This is my Swiss bank account, and he pulls 35, 000.
What he did mention that the woman wanted to do some kind of business venture, and he said he wasn't interested, and that was about $1 million.
Which probably pissed him off.
Of course.
Pissed her off.
Sure.
Because he said, damn, you got $35 million, you can't even give me $500,000 or whatever, you know.
Right.
So yeah, but like I said, I think she knows personally what he's worth, and that's why, like I said, she turned down $2 million. Turned it down because she knows how much what's in the kitty.
But the other woman said it was misconduct, so it wasn't like a sexual.
So it wasn't rape.
Right.
Just saying that he just was
exposed himself.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I'm coming to do a mirror. You butterball naked, had a towel in front of him, but still. I mean, I didn't come here for that. I came here just do a mural in your house.
He's trying to paint the wall, and he's trying to do something else.
But wouldn't that be crazy if that second woman gets more than that first?
Ooh, that would be crazy. Well, then lady number 1 is gonna be really mad.
Yeah. But what's really crazy about all this is that all these allegations of sexual misbehavior and things like that came into play after he had landed in New England.
Sure, of
you know,
course.
and
she
now,
more money.
But see, but now,
that timing was not accidental.
See, it's not. But see, the sad part about it is that he's got this going on. And Robert Kraft was trying to push his out. You know what I mean? Now you got 2 people on the same team. Well, he's the owner of the team. Now Robert Kraft saying, "Damn, I'm trying to get I'm trying to tweak out." Robert Kraft got the damn dust pail down, about to put the shit in the dust pail for the broom. About to take it to the trash can. All of a sudden, he coming with a fresh pile of crap on the floor.
Oh well.
So you know, anyway.
All right, well, I'm getting this last story. Hit it and quit it. A Baltimore restaurant group is under fire for racist dress code. I guess, you know, I don't know.
Racists are busy. They are busy.
It sure is. A strict dress code posted to the door of a Baltimore seafood house has recently drawn a viral social media response, decrying it is blatantly discriminatory and racist as hell. The restaurant group behind the venue is set open 2 new restaurants in D.C. Interesting. The Atlas Restaurant Group runs 12 venues in Baltimore, including something called Bygone, a Roaring 20s bar on top of the Four Seasons. They make money. And Elk Room, the speakeasy that made an Esquire list of best bars in America.
Okay.
I can understand why they're having a dress code. So, dress code printed on a piece of paper posted outside in its new Baltimore
Wait a minute. Venue. Posted on a piece of paper?
Chop Tank listed the following items, among others, as strictly prohibited: excessively baggy clothing, brimless headgear, backwards or sideways hats and jerseys, and it also prohibited sunglasses after dark and vulgar or inappropriate clothing.
Yeah, I can see how somebody would say this looks very racist because those are virtually what young black people wear.
And you think white boys don't wear that stuff?
Yeah,
they do too. But I'm saying that why they thought it was racist because that is a lot of the attire that you would see a young black person wearing. Not just them, but.
Okay, but But my question is, and I guess again, I'll repeat the same thing. And you think white boys don't wear that stuff?
I just said that some of them do too.
Right.
Just like some black people do.
Now, so the restaurant now what is the restaurant trying to live off of? Are they trying to, I'll wait till, are we going right into, you got your segment. So maybe I should hold my thoughts before you, till you get there.
So.
Or you want to just, y'all just want to elaborate on that?
No, so you saying you have a problem with that? That they have a dress code, or do you think they've been discriminated?
Yeah, I think the dress code should be more or less, when you're making a person butt naked by just taking off all their clothes. When you're going hard on stuff that you feel has a level of competency with anybody, we all go to our entertainment and do what we do. But see, I would like to see what the hours of this restaurant is. Now, this restaurant is open in the afternoon on a Saturday. Now, we know. Now, here's another thing, too. White women. What do white women wear nowadays? 72% of the time.
I don't know. Tell me.
Pants-wise, what are they wearing today? What do you think? You ain't got to think about it. Yoga pants all day. They put a nice top over top of it, but you see a little teeny white butt inside them black leotard pants, and they wear it to everywhere. They put it on with high heels. I seen them. I was over on D.C. over there by Trader Joe's, and people living in them new little high-rise things. 3 white girls walking. They looked like they were kind of dressed up.
Yeah, that's
all
true.
of them had on the little. We say yoga.
I did hear about this particular restaurant, and one of the things that they were targeting as far as their audience was millennials. So my question was, well, if that's your target audience, and that is a lot of the attire that target group wears, then how are you saying this is who we're looking to get in here, but you're saying don't come in here with torn stuff, what they call inappropriate, and then to just put that last category in there and say you said stuff that's just not appropriate. Appropriate by whose standards? So what, are they going to be the clothing patrol to stand at the door and decide, no, you're not coming in?
I just went to the website, so let me just, it says dress code.
But now, so what are you restricting the women to do? Or is that a man thing?
It said it didn't say gender.
Let me read it. It has some ladies in here. Collar shirts are required for gentlemen. No T-shirts, no designer sneakers or tennis shoes, no backless sandals or flip-flops. Gentlemen may not wear hats of any kind. Ladies may not wear baseball caps or beanies. No activewear, gym clothes, sweatpants, hooded sweatshirts. No work-type boots or hunting gear. No clothing with vulgar language, and no excessively ripped clothing. It's more, but that's the basic.
So what do you call them when you say no sweat? So
just like what you were just saying.
What do you call them leotards if they're not some degree of set?
Gym clothes.
It's a
those are gym clothes.
Right, they're gym clothes.
According to that, that would be disqualified.
So like you said, it could be white, black. Anybody could be wearing it, but they don't want that in their club.
But you know what though? If I sat in there as a well-dressed black private investigator with a hidden camera,
and just to see who comes in.
Believe me, I could get footage all day. Cause see, one thing about a mainly Caucasian bar, they know people, and nowadays, white folks in most cases are getting off of what when they going somewhere?
Wow.
A scooter.
Right.
So
wait a minute. Check this at the end. It says, we kindly ask that you respect our dress code.
Yeah, okay.
Is there a time frame on it or anything? Or?
I was just looking at it.
Sounds like whenever they're open. So it sounds to me like what's left then is you can wear a suit. You can wear an evening gown.
Slacks.
You can wear slacks.
Yeah, you got to be well dressed.
You
can wear blouse.
If you're not well dressed, you can't go in there. Simple as that.
But they're not going to get that because if you get one of these,
you're going after millennials,
but if you got a millennial, okay, that whose daddy is a dentist, let's say in Princeton,
you think they're going to come in there?
He's making $4 million a year, and his daughter graduated from Princeton University. Now she lives in there, and she has a black whatever, American Express, whatever, in her pocket, and her driver's license and her medical card. She carries 3 cards: medical, driver's license.
Yeah. So you don't think you don't think that they'll
She's
care
not
what
gonna worry about that, right? And when she slaps that down, can I get? Do I have to leave my? And the guy said, Oh, okay.
Well, they said no sneakers.
Is this new? I've seen the green and gold, but I've never seen the black. Wow, what is this?
But that's assuming you already got through the door before you're pulling out your credit card to buy anything.
Let me tell you something.
They're stopped according to what they said. They're stopping you based on what you look like at the door.
Let me tell you something about a female being sexy.
Okay.
She will get in any fucking door. Excuse my language.
Okay. All right.
She will
I'm
get
done
in
with
any
that.
door.
I'm done with that.
But that's interesting.
She will get in any door.
Their lawyers
Anyway.
saying that they don't think that they're being discriminatory. You just abide
I'm
by
sure
the
they don't think they are, but okay.
Well, I always
you
say
can go ahead
That's
and
questionable.
yeah, you can go ahead and see if you can try and sue them. But that would be an interesting thing to do, though, Papa. Be an investigator, go in there well dressed or whatever, and just watch and see what comes in.
Yeah, keep
I'd
your
go in there very bougie.
and just get some footage.
That would be.
I have an ascot with the sweater tied in front of it. I had a whole nine.
Because I would tell you this, I have been in some stores, clothing stores, and I've seen what I would call club wear, and that's some racy, inappropriate stuff.
What, the skirts are real short or something, or the dress is
You can
short?
call it a skirt. Some of those skirts are about the size of
And that's probably
headband.
what they want in there.
Yeah,
They're
but that's
claiming
another
if
level.
it's inappropriate, they don't want it.
What is your level of appropriacy?
And that's the thing.
Because appropriacy.
That's like beauty. It's
But
in
they
the eye
didn't say
of the
anything
beholder.
about any short skirts.
They said inappropriate or vulgar. So to me,
That's vulgar. Something.
I think that appropriacy.
but it said inappropriate. I'm saying that if a woman has on something that only covers her nipples and barely covers her butt cheeks, in my opinion, it's inappropriate.
Okay.
But somebody else may think that's sexy.
But at night,
man
with
is
them,
standing there,
but at night,
"Come on, baby."
right?
That's what I'm
But
saying.
at night, with that place trying to get business, that's a good magnet for them.
Yeah.
That will draw. You
It
ever
is.
seen the women that are called party starters?
Yeah.
You got 4 or 5.
That's what I'm saying. They come in there wearing that club attire.
Mm-hmm.
But look, I skipped over this. I just wanted to hit it real quick. Trudeau, we were going to talk about him. Prime Minister of Canada, been busted for being in blackface, or they call it brown face. I'm like, whatever, it's still blackface. So now people are questioning whether or not he's going to get reelected. I won't go all into the details of it, but this was some stuff that happened 20 years ago, and now it has surfaced. He was dressed up as a character from Aladdin, had his whole face and his hands were completely browned out, blacked out, browned out, whatever. So he's apologizing, saying that I know it was wrong, then I didn't realize how racist it was, and I'm asking people to forgive me, yada, yada.
You watched the governor of Virginia go through all that
Exactly where I was
crap.
going.
And you ain't said a damn word.
Ralph,
So
what's
please.
his name? Ralph Northam, I think his name was? Northam. People were ready for him to say, you need to resign right now. They didn't want to give him a pass, but he's still in office.
Right. He said
And then the brother got more beat up on than he did.
Yes, his
for the 2 women.
His vice.
Which was true. So.
Yeah. So anyway, I was just the point I was going to ask. The question I'm asking is, how is it that some people get a pass and some don't?
That's the way life is.
I'm just saying.
That's the scary part.
White privilege.
And I just think personally that when a place comes out with a dress code like that, they need to be boycotted, and that's one of the reasons I swear I believe that's why Martin Luther King was killed, because he had the ability to get people to boycott, and white folks hated that. They said that Negro got too much power.
All right. Well, that was all I wanted to say. It's just, some folk get a pass and some folk don't.
What about, I'm just saying.
Oh, well, it's over to What's Poppin'.
Yeah,
we did one.
Oh, we did that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then in that case,
we need to say.
Oh, okay. So, what, are we going to go to the weird news, or we want to?
Sure, let's lighten it up a little bit, man.
All right.
We've been going back and forth.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, I got one for you.
Okay.
As usual, the weird news is always weird, but this one is about a suspended judge pleading in an underwear theft case. I don't know what's up with this judge. A suspended New York judge has pleaded guilty to attempted burglary for trying to sneak into his neighbor's home to steal her underwear. Robert Ketel. Huh?
I'm sorry, he's having an affair or something?
I don't know. His name is Robert Ketel. He pleaded guilty last week in Suffolk County Court Prosecutors say the 50-year-old judge had several pairs of worn women's underwear stuffed in his jacket and raincoat when he was arrested after leaving his neighbor's home. So he was in there just grabbing up her underwear. They say he admitted that he had entered the home on several occasions and stolen stuff from out of her hamper. What is up with this?
I don't know.
He was removed from the bench after his arrest. So he was still... Yes. That's what I'm saying. He was a judge. They sat him down off the bench and told him, "You too freaky. You can't be a judge." So they removed him from the bench after his arrest, and he's expected to be sentenced in November 15th.
Jesus, right before Christmas. Huh?
Yep. It looks like he's going to get 5 years of probation with a sex offender status.
God dang, that's messed up.
Now, here he was a judge. His attorney says that he's now a changed man.
Yeah. Okay.
And that he has dealt with his mental illness issues. I'm like, dealt with him how? So now you a doctor too? Dude, you need help.
Okay.
How do you just deal with it? You over there stealing underwear out of the hamper of your next door neighbor. But he says, his lawyer says, oh, he's dealt with his mental issues.
Right, of course.
Right.
The defense will try to help him.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a crazy one. Pigeon poops on lawmaker discussing pigeon poop problem. This is Chicago. A pigeon apparently didn't think much of a lawmaker's ideas to address a messy situation at a Chicago Transit Authority stop, known for some as Pigeon Poop Station.
Oh, God.
WBBM TV reports that one of the birds did its business on the head of Democratic State Representative Jamie Adronde as he was discussing the problem with a reporter outside of the Irving Park Blue Line station.
Oh, that's perfect.
During the interview, Andrade rubbed the top of his head and said, "I think they just got me." They did. The sidewalks outside of the station are covered in bird waste and feathers. He has been trying to fix the problem. One of his ideas is to ask CTA to install a hose line for power washing when it constructs new escalators at the stop. That's interesting.
Well, how is that going to keep them from doing it?
I guess they have the power wash, they'll clean it.
Okay, but it doesn't stop the poop. It just means now you got a hose to clean it up.
I know one church in here in D.C., they had to put up a net at the top. It's like these long poles, and the poles are holding the net because so many pigeons on top of a church. So many pigeons were in that area.
Ooh-wee.
So they had to stop it somehow. Yeah.
Too much for me. Yep. That's a lot of poop. Just saying.
What a bunch of crap.
Oh,
yeah, for real.
That's what it was.
Yeah, a whole bunch of it.
What you got over there, Pop?
It says stinky shoppers are unoffended at the Mississippi store of Bansdale. This happened in Greenwood, Mississippi. And the caption is, "You stink, stay out."
Oh, wow.
That's a message from one Mississippi deli convenience store to workers at a neighborhood soybean oil mill. All right, the Greenwood Commonwealth reported the convenience store has a sign on it on its door stating, "Notice, bad-smelling oil mill people, please do not enter."
Oh, man.
So they're turning, I guess, soybean into oil or whatever. Whatever, the remnants of it must be vicious. And this is, I guess, the Militian guy. His name is Angumrag Randid, who manages the Greenwood store, said the sign was posted about 3 months ago after customers complained about the odor of employees from the Express Gen Oil mill across the street. He says he's preventing some very loudly odor smelling people from entering. And he said he really hasn't received any complaints because the people who live there agree with him wholeheartedly. So apparently the mill is kicking out the repercussions of turning soybean into oil must be funky.
Must be. Stinky shoppers.
That is rough. So they put the sign up that said, look, all you people from that soybean oil place,
y'all stink.
Don't come in here.
Y'all stink, really.
Keep that funk out of my store.
Sometimes that marijuana smell on people could be overwhelming, too.
Yeah.
You know, they don't realize that they've been in the house enclosed, getting big high, then they're going to run out to the store to get some munchies. That whole store be reaping. They be walking around like a cloud. Some of them don't even realize it. They stand next to a person.
Most of them, they don't care. They really don't.
Yeah. I've had somebody walk up behind me in line in a store, and I didn't even see the person. All of a sudden, the whiff hit my nose, and I had to turn around and look around like, what in the world?
It's not the smell of weed. This is like the ingrained, like it's in that house. You know?
Yep, sometimes you can smell it outside, too.
Oh, yeah, if it's in the house. You can almost tell, like, if a person sells weed in their house, you'll smell it every time they open the door, in some cases. Anyway.
Oh, well.
All right, keep it moving with Redwine, I'm just saying.
Yeah, what you got? You got anything?
What you got tonight?
You know, I was looking at some stuff earlier during the week, and one of the things that struck me was how some of the celebrities are either, I guess I would say, coming to the aid of, what's her name, Felicity Huffman? The woman who got a 14-day sentence in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Still don't understand that.
I just feel like, you know, for one thing, what's her name, Eva Longoria? Now, I realized that she was on Desperate Housewives with Felicity Huffman, so I guess, you know, y'all are friends, but for real, that had nothing to do with Eva Longoria. So why you felt the need to jump out in the middle of that ocean
to support that crime
and throw your name all up in it, I just don't get it. You know, Eva has had her share of ups and downs, so I just feel like right now you kind of chilling. You probably needed to just stay chilling. You know, I've seen other celebrities like John Legend. He had something to say about it.
Yeah, he sure did.
There have been other people basically saying it was an atrocity of justice. You know, and even just not celebrities, just people in general. It was a true atrocity of justice. This woman committed a crime. But because of who she is and what she has, she only gets, just 14 days in jail. And for this woman, I was about to call her a heifer, but for this woman to then start trying to negotiate what jail she ends up in,
and she did.
I'm like, hold up.
Wait a minute.
Why don't you just sit down and shut up and take your medicine? It ain't but 14 days.
Get on the bus like everybody else.
Why are you complaining and acting like, well, I don't want to go to this place. I'd rather go to... It ain't about what you want. But once again, she seems to be getting away with is what she wants. She's making this thing all about her personal preference. This is supposed to be jail time. If that's the case, then why doesn't everybody who's convicted of a crime just, hey, tell the judge, excuse me, I really have a problem with the way that place smells. I've heard terrible things. I mean, their Yelp rating is so low at that jail. You know, I don't want to go there. I've heard better ratings about this particular prison, and it's much closer to where my family lives, so I would much rather go there. You know, is that really what we're doing now? I just feel like Felicity needs to just take it. As the saying goes, take it like a man. You did it like a man. You had big balls when you decided to pay that man to cheat on that SAT. You pulled out your big balls then. So pull out your big balls now and sit your ass in jail like you need to.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Some bull crap.
Martha Stewart, she took it like a quote unquote man.
She did.
Yeah.
She wasn't in.
Martha sat on her big balls and took it like
and
a man.
she met some black women in there.
And
and
maybe
she's
did.
friends
Some
with
money.
them.
Yep.
Friends for life.
So
Friends,
something
yeah.
go down.
She came out
She got
talking
some
about
backup.
She got some back. She make
She
the
didn't
phone
deny her
call.
charges.
I'm just saying.
She knew she did the
Felicity
inside
ought to be-
trading.
Felicity ought to be ashamed of herself. And William Macy, her husband, he need to go home and spank her little narrow behind and just tell her, I'm
He should have been ran
embarrassed.
up also because that's her husband, and I know he was there when it went down.
He had to know
You
something.
should have been busting or aiding and abetting
Exactly.
because you didn't stop
But
it.
he stood back and acted like I didn't know anything about anything.
But that could have been
that
the
was
strategy
on her.
too. You know, you let her take the blunt, and she might get a lesser charge.
Yeah, but that's still some bull.
Yeah, but I think if the spouse can get away with it like that, then that's right. That is some bull. Whose
So-
child is it?
It's both of their children.
Oh, is his daughter too?
Yes. So I'm just saying, let me just sum it up by
So-
saying, Felicity,
You mean the judge?
you need to
Well, I'm
take
talking
your
about that.
medicine. Take your medicine like a big girl with the big balls that you had when you paid that money, and pay the price for what you did. That's all I'm.
Redwine, you went in.
Crazy.
I'm just saying that crap doesn't even make sense. Shame on that judge for entertaining that mess.
Somebody in making so bad, her daughter didn't even take the test. Somebody took the
Yeah,
test
somebody
for
took
her.
it for her. That's why I said you pulled out the big balls when you said, look, I'm paying you this money. Go on in there and take that test. Get a good score, not a perfect score. Want to make it look legit, but just make sure she gets a score high enough to get her into this college.
That's criminal.
That is. That's a criminal offense. But you're going to lock, never mind, let me stop.
You cook the books
That
to get
fires
into
me
it.
up.
You cook the books to get into an institute of learning.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, living for the city. What's happening?
I tell you, it's the one thing we can be thankful for in some respect is that we all get old, and I don't say thankful in the level of getting old. That sucks, but like it said, trouble don't last always. I think Trump got about maybe 4 more good years before he starts to get up to go to the bathroom 6, 7 times a night. Prostate blowing up, getting tight as hell, pee standing in his bladder, all the things an older man goes through, That stuff happens. I ain't wishing no bad luck on her. I wish she lives to be 145 years old. But all this sassy talk he's doing, all this clever talk he's doing, all this fancy talk he's doing, all that jazz, and I'm not talking out of hate. I've been knowing Trump for a long time, being from the Philadelphia, New Jersey area. I've been knowing Trump. Man, I've been knowing Trump. Believe me, to people up north, northeast, Trump ain't nothing new. There's some people that witnessing Trump for the first time. People out in the Midwest, rural people. They may have heard the name and heard about him in the news, or they finally got to know him when he was on that Apprentice. I think that's where he got some of his world recognition. But people that spend time in Atlantic City and the Taj Mahal and all that stuff going on up there. Mm-hmm. We knew Trump for a minute, all up there in New Jersey Turnpike and, all the Trump towers and things like that. But right now, all I can say is we got some difficult days ahead of us. We got some people that we rub elbows with every day that are underneath the spell. They're underneath the spell of all the crap going on as the yahoos and what they putting down. And I mean, it's going to be ugly. I just think this election coming up is going to be as bad as the OJ trial when it comes to the election night.
Oh boy.
That election night is going to be crazy. The racial lines are going to be drawn like a line in the sand. And it's going to be, I just hope we survive it, because we're so, right now, we're volatile. I'll be on the train and stuff, and I see white folks when they come to sit next to me or see me grab my bag. I can reach up top over my seat and grab my bag, and I can just feel 12 eyes on me. Because they want to make sure I pull down the right bag that belongs to me. And I go up here, and I'll look up, a few minutes before my stop, and I'll grab my bag, and you doing this here, and you feeling eyes on you?
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, this is my black bag with the white stripe. This is mine. And I almost got to bring it down and show it to everybody. Spin around. Here you go. I got mine. And it's horrible. The fear is unbelievable. And I guess we just got to stay strong because, Trump is blowing the dog whistle.
Yeah.
And he's going to his rallies and he's keeping his yahoos in perspective. He's sending out checks to the farmers. Believe me, he got all the farmers that's on TV complaining about money, they're all going to get a check. Okay? I'm sure he gave your boy that job, the senior senator, what's his name, with the mouth, with the cuts in his mouth?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell. I'm sure that's Mitch McConnell's job is to look for all the farmers that have been complaining, the ones who are on the news, and they're going to get a fat, oh, look at her. What was that, honey? Oh, just got a check from the government, $32,000. Well, I'll be damned. See, I thought he had that Trump. He's all right. That man, all right. And he waved it in the air. $32,000, $34,000, $35,000. Don't think those kind of checks ain't gonna be going out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's called hush money. Shut your mouth and just go vote for me in November. We be all right. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a mess. I just hope that we survive it, and that's really all I got to say on that. It's just we got some difficult days ahead of us. That's all I got to say.
I hear you. Yeah, I think it's going to be definitely an uphill battle.
For sure.
I just hope people turn out and vote. Regardless to who you vote for, I hope you don't vote for 45, but I do want to see people just get out and vote. Don't sit back home and say, oh, it's not going to make a difference and play that same old broken record. Get out and vote. If you're not registered, please register. Get out there and vote. That's the only way we're going to see anything change. We got to take the bull by the horns, and that bull needs to get out of there. So
I think there's only about 3 people who really I would consider candidates right now. They didn't show me,
Yeah, it's starting to narrow down. But,
the
it's
guy
still
from
at least
the one from Texas, I love his enthusiasticness. I love his seriousness.
Beto.
Beto.
Yeah.
His seriousness, boy, he convinced me of that. He's talking about them guns and things, and other than that, he used to wear, like the little shirt, the blue shirt, and be talking and pointing his finger in his hands. That boy had a tie on, and a suit jacket, and he was serious.
Yeah.
And he was the only one, because when everybody else was laughing and joking about different things, or not laughing and joking, but when, what's the guy's name, the Spanish dude with the twin? Castro.
Yeah.
When Castro was going in it with Biden, what's the guy's name? Beto was looking at him like, really? Are we talking about that, man? I'm talking about AK-47s and guns.
Yeah,
really?
He was
standing right beside him.
Yeah.
He's standing right beside Castro. He was looking at Castro like this.
But
really, man?
They never talked about, because Bernie had said something to Biden when they were going through that thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
He whispered something to him, but they never talked about that.
I guess it was just between the two of them.
He probably, because Biden probably didn't hear him, and Bernie said, you just said that 15 minutes ago, and you probably did. See, they got that old man talk.
Right.
And they put them by design. That whole lineup was by design. And old girl, I just cast her out. The Pocahontas that Trump calls her.
Oh, Lord, don't call her that.
I'm just saying, I had to describe her.
That's Warren, yeah.
She gained a momentum.
Yeah,
she's somebody's vice president, or she's going to be in somebody's cabinet. Trust and believe that.
Yeah,
she's gaining momentum.
But her talk is just too, I can't understand her when she get too excited.
Sure, she got those young yuppies. Trust and believe that.
Yeah, that's true, but
yeah,
she's making progress.
Yeah.
And then you got the other guy, the mayor from what's his name?
He's gone, no?
Buttigieg.
Buttigieg? Oh, Buttigieg's still in it.
Buttigieg, he's the most coolest guy when it comes to keeping his head.
Yeah.
When everybody was freaking out, because he used to be a little excited in the beginning because he was new to the game, but
he know how it works now.
Yeah, he's leveled off.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready to go out to Hollywood?
Yeah, let's head out to the West Coast. What's happening in La La Land?
We can get in.
All
I'll
right.
get straight to it.
What you got?
Kevin Hart's back in the news. He need to slow it down. Remind me of Steve Harvey a little bit. He get himself in trouble. Kevin Hart slapped with $60 million lawsuit by sex tape partner.
Oh my God.
The lady that was trying to sue him last time. She has filed a lawsuit against Hart, his former friend Jonathan Todd Jackson. So she filed against him too. The cosmetologist of Las Vegas and the website Famulosa or something. So she's suing the hotel in Vegas called the Cosmetologist.
Mhm.
This guy Jonathan Todd Jackson and Hart, and this other news thing, something like TMZ, I guess.
Okay.
She's suing him, saying that her privacy was invaded because this quote unquote sex tape with her and Kevin Hart is supposed to be private, and so it was taken in the Las Vegas in the hotel.
So what they're saying, the hotel released it?
They don't know who released it, but she is just saying about her privacy has just been, taken from her, and she's filing a lawsuit. It was in Kevin Hart's private bedroom suite at this particular hotel. So when he was talking last year about the extortion and all that, I didn't believe that shit from the beginning. I'm sorry, that's just me. I just didn't believe it. I said he done went out there and messed with somebody, and now he's claiming that the woman's trying to extort money from him. Yeah, she is now. So if you don't get your stuff together, that's what she's gonna do.
So was this done before he got married or after?
This was he was married
when that sex tape was made.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was married. He had just gotten. He was a newlywed. I'm like, okay, you out here acting a fool already? But some people think they got it like that,
Yes, some do.
So, she is demanding $60 million in damages along with all rights to the tape transferred to her. She also wants all copies of the tape destroyed. So, sound like something happened.
Reasonable.
Hey.
There must have been some wild stuff on there. She said, I want it burned.
How's that going to happen?
Anyway, Whoopi Goldberg has a new hairstyle. People having a fit over this. She is portraying an older woman, 100-year-old, or 108, 109, she don't know. This new series called The Stand, based off of Stephen King's book, the same name. She's going to play Mother Abigail in the series. So she has this white hair with dreadlocks, Redwine. Of course, she didn't like it.
No, and I saw it. When I first saw it, I was like, "What in the world is going on?"
It's bright.
But I knew it had to be for a role because most of the time, if an actor or actress they're growing hair or they look different, it's because of a role. So
okay,
all right.
Yeah, Tom Hanks used to do that a lot.
Yeah, he
He
sure.
go on night shows and still be a big old head of hair.
All right.
Well, that's good to know. He was looking real crazy.
Are you relieved now?
Yeah, I'm relieved now. I was worried about her.
Okay.
So you don't take away the outfits. So you had a big old word on South.
That's a whole other chapter.
Don't say Chevy or something.
Oh no.
C-H-E-V-Y.
Whoopi got her own style.
5 letters going down her list.
Yeah,
she did.
If you guys don't already know, who won America's Got Talent is Cody Lee.
Cody.
Yay! He was blind and he has autism, but he was a front runner most of the time. He was always in the top 10 and 5, and they just love Cody. They were chanting his name.
Everybody loved
Cody.
him.
I didn't know he was autistic.
Yeah.
No, I knew he was blind. I didn't realize he was autistic.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
very talented.
Very. So his prize was $1 million, and he will be doing a show in Vegas. So that should be interesting. The second runner-ups was the Detroit Youth Choir. They finished second.
Yeah, they were good.
They were very good. Yeah. Poor babies. They were crying their eyes out, but I think they were happy for him. But they were just so close. But
yeah,
I still think good things are gonna come, with them. Also, the guy, the little boy, that was the the violinist, Brian Joe Joseph.
Yeah, he was very good.
He played with the other guy with the white dreads,
Yeah,
Butler
they were wonderful.
Ferrero. Yeah, they were pretty good.
They were very good.
Yeah, and of course they had to have the biggest icon in the world. She's Cher. She did her 1970s rendition of Waterloo. So that was interesting. It's like, okay, all this blonde hair and
yeah, I saw all that big blonde hair.
like,
and the guys dancing behind her with all of those 70s outfits.
I was just getting ready to say,
I didn't get it.
It was a 70s rendition, I guess.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, but I guess Waterloo from ABBA. That's what it was, 1970.
Oh, okay.
Rendition of ABBA's Waterloo. So maybe that's one of her songs or something on her, CD or something.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
about
she's
me.
picked up a lot of soul over the last year or so. So she's got her stock up. She's been touring with Niles Rodgers.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He's opening up
She's
for her.
been, so she's been seeing a lot. She's been learning a lot because he's the king of the world.
Yeah,
all right. It's the Hollywood. Yeah, I do like Niles Rodgers and Chic.
Let's dance.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay.
What's up? Cocktail of the week?
Yeah, the Citron Tea Time recipe.
All right now.
The Citron Tea Time.
It's a tea time, darling.
Yes, it's a refreshing summer tea made with Ketel 1 citron vodka, elderflower liqueur, iced tea, lemon juice, and simple syrup, and served over ice in a highball glass. So we have, a lot of vodka. 1 1/4 ounces of the citrus vodka, Ketel 1 citron.
Oh, yeah.
1/4 ounces of the elderflower liqueur.
Oh, yeah.
3/4 ounces of lemon juice, 3/4 ounces of simple syrup, tea, ice to fill, 1 wedge of lemon for garnish. And that goes into a highball glass. Looks like a regular iced tea. Looks good.
Oh, we're going to have to try that one.
Okay, the Citron Tea Time.
Hey.
What it's called.
And that's the cocktail of the week brought to you by DC Homegrown Entertainment.
Okay.
You can check it out. Check them out at dchomegrown.com. That's our parent company for the Pajama Party Show. And we do appreciate the sponsorship. Let's see. Where are we? Kiss It list.
What's the kiss list, Papa?
Well, the kiss list is something we never run out of, that's for sure.
Yeah, never
It's
run
a
out.
list where people have showed their butt hiney, did something bad, did something wrong, can't stop messing up. You want to put Kevin Hart on top of that list? We're going to put 45
like
on there.
Yeah. We got Roger
45,
Goodell.
Kevin Hart.
Oh, and Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada.
Trudeau.
With a brown face.
Robert
Well, they said that he was...
Sakeo or something, yeah? Robert Sakeo?
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Who's that?
That's the guy that was stealing his neighbor's underwear.
Right, it's the judge.
The judge, yeah.
I think anybody he put in jail for any kind of sexual assault
They gonna get him.
should be released.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How you gonna cast judgment? You was a freak ass of damn self.
You the freak of the whole week.
Oh, boy.
I got Daniel McMahon.
Yep.
That's that racist out of that harassed the brother in Charlottesville, kept him from running for city council.
Right, later threats.
Got him. Let's see. We got anybody else? I got Trudeau. You got 45. The underwear thief.
Kraft.
Goodell. Oh, Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Oh, he should have been at the top.
Yeah, gotta include him.
Okay.
Then you put Cam Newton on there too, because he's just not being honest.
Cam Newton.
Yeah, he had shoulder surgery last year during the off season, and now he's been throwing a bunch of doink passes, and he's weak and he's tired, and his hair looks like crap. He just looks a mess.
I told you that
hurting.
hairdo looked
He's
like
hurting.
buckwheat brown too.
He's hurting.
Oh, Cam Newton.
Yeah, he's hurting, and he's not being honest. You know, you gotta. You know, I think a lot of these guys are mixing ego with everything
He's gonna mess
else.
up his money.
I
Well,
guess.
he messed that up
He's
when
gonna mess it up if he keeps that up.
I think he messed it up when he lost the Super Bowl that year. He lost a bunch of fans. He was on top of the world with the dap and everything, but when he lost the Super Bowl, wasn't talking to nobody, pissed off, ran to a neutral
corner.
corner.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
He was acting all...
He
was acting like a spoiled brat. That's what he was doing.
His brand was at the top of the world for the Super Bowl. All he had to do was come out at the end and say, we lost, we tried. He laid down the kids. Everybody was hurt, crying because he just told me, I ain't talking to media. And disappeared.
Right.
Anyway, so Cam Newton, you're definitely on the kissing list, brother.
Okay. Top of the
all right.
That's all I have.
Well, we have an award for everybody on the Kiss It list, and here it is.
My entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party Money host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right, last word.
That's it.
Whew. I tell you, my last word is that, boy, people need to cool out, man. Stop being so afraid of everything. You know, we're talking about the other side to people. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to put nothing in there, but scared to death. I travel the trains. I travel the world with different things, and all I see is fear in people's eyes of my black skin. And it's horrible. It's scaring me. It's scaring my ass, to be honest with you. You know, they're making me think I'm a thug fresh out of prison or something. You know, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. And you know, I'm a nice guy, but they look at me like I'm a thief, like I stole something. But other than that, hopefully they'll come around one day. Like I said, we all get old, and we all have to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. So that's my last word.
All right. Well, this is Redwine, and my last word is Felicity Huffman. Go to jail. Sit down.
Go directly
Stop
to jail.
whining. Do not pass go. Do not ask for anything.
Do not collect
Don't
$200.
get silk pillowcases and none of that stuff. Take your illegal crime committing bony butt to jail. Sit down.
But she's gonna, at the end, you know, when she gets out, she'll be on every talk show.
Oh yeah, because they should talk about her ordeal. Her ordeal of being incarcerated. She's like, I've been in the system.
You know what? Martha came on. She got her own. She got a show.
She sure did.
Kept it moving.
Snoop Dogg, everything else.
Yep. Anyway, what's your last word, Kevin?
Kevin Hart.
Your boy.
Get your ASS together.
Yeah.
You got a beautiful family and a beautiful wife. She need to be home beating your ass for real. Excuse my language, but that's what she need to be doing. And I know she's pissed because she know what went down in that daggone car and who was in that car. So I think she's pissed about right now. From the $60 million lady that's trying to extort money from you to this incident here, you need to slow it down, Kevin. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
And he was just on the radio on his comedy show on XM Radio talking about some of the people in his family that are all messed up. The drug heads and all that. I don't know, some of my family members, they all messed up.
Yes.
Well, look at you, bro. You messed up.
Take it back a step.
You a crazy ass. Well, like I said, man, we gonna go back to Soul Plane on your ass.
Okay.
That's where I first met him, right?
Well, we're gonna wrap it up for this edition of the Pajama Party Show, and we'll do it again next Friday night when we will be live, all the way live. So we're gonna say goodnight. And we'll see you next Friday night. Say goodnight, Papa.
Good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Ketel.
Good night.
And good night, bonsoir. Till next Friday night. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy.